Bet you didn't see that ending coming. Audiences at the time were expecting a typical MGM windup, where Jane finally realizes Stan is the guy for her and they live happily ever after. Well, remember, in 1951, there was no Noir Alley to frame this movie in some darker context. People thought they were going to see a lighthearted musical. Jane's death and that downbeat coda, excuse the pun, are really what nudges this picture into noir territory. It's a minor crime film, but at the time of its release, Downbeat magazine called the strip the best jazz film to date, mainly for the respect and reverence it paid to the music and musicians. Audiences weren't as receptive. The film lost money at the box office. But Mickey Rooney didn't care. He liked it on the dark side. He'd already made Quicksand and would quickly make another bona fide noir, Drive a Crooked Road, in which he basically played the same guy he is in this one. He's terrific in both those films, mainly because he doesn't play the drums. Now, I will readily acknowledge Rooney's musical aptitude, but his frantic antics would have annoyed the hell out of any band not getting paid big Hollywood bucks to tolerate that kind of showboating with the sticks. And speaking of annoying, let's have a big raspberry for Tommy Rettig, probably the most obnoxious kid in any film noir. Little Artie deserved a bullet more than Sonny Johnson. A few years after making this, Rettig became famous as the first of Lassie's human companions on the long-running TV series. And before I forget, maybe a bell went off for some of you noiristas when Tom Powers, Barbara Stanwyck's ill-fated husband in Double Indemnity, grabs the phone and says, "Lieutenant Bonnabelle speaking." Well, that's the name of the cop played by Barry Sullivan in MGM's 1949 noir Tension. Not a coincidence, since both scripts were written by Alan Rivkin. Sally Forrest's dance numbers were pretty hot stuff, being choreographed by the great Nick Castle, who taught half of Hollywood how to dance after he hit town in 1937. Forrest, however, didn't need much schooling. Both of her parents were professional ballroom dancers, and she'd been hoofing in MGM musicals since the studio signed her right out of high school. It was Ida Lupino who saw her ability as an actress, giving her lead roles in Never Fear, Not Wanted, and Hard, Fast, and Beautiful, all directed by Ida. Forrest's movie career petered out after MGM dropped her in 1953, but she kept working on stage and TV. She returned to the big screen in 1956 to make While the City Sleeps, which, not coincidentally, starred Ida Lupino. Oh yeah, one last thing. That is not Mickey Rooney's drumming you heard on the soundtrack. He faked it, or sidelined, as they say in the business. The recorded drum parts were played by Cozy Cole, the actual drummer in Louis Armstrong's All-Stars. Well, next week on Noir Alley, I've got a gift for viewers who've asked for British noir. I'll be showing the 1955 film Postmark for Danger, featuring American ingenue Terry Moore amid an assortment of stiff upper lips. It's based on a story by Francis Durbridge, one of England's most popular and prolific writers of detective stories, although he's barely known on this side of the pond. I hope to see you back here for that next week. Until then, see you in the shadows.